Rozonda. Rozonda. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, you white motherfuckers, all eyes on me. This is the I Refuse podcast. I'm Mr. Fox, the I Refuse podcast. I would have got this video to you a lot sooner, but I had some things to tend to yesterday. But thank God I waited because when I tell you the last 2 months have been on random, there are things happening right now that I would have never suspected, but here we are. So, I'm Mr. Fox of the I Refuse podcast again. Thought I could make it to Monday without any bullshit, but yet here we are. Um, couldn't even wait. Had a rollout starting for the tour that she and T-Boz are going on with In Vogue and Salt and Pepper, which at first I was like, this is such an interesting lineup, but seeing some of the little media moments, I'm like, this could actually work. And then they did I think the iHeartRadio Awards, and when I saw the blend with the harmonies and the vocals and how one group will start to walk forward and the other group steps back, and they start to do a transition or a mashup into another song, I was like, this could work. I feel like they took a chapter from the Boyz II Men, Tony Braxton, and New Edition tour. It's a lot of people on stage, but I was like, this could actually work, where they sing each other's songs and they help each other out. But lo and behold, couldn't even make it 24 hours. And it's revealed that Chilli had been supporting conservatives. Not only that, she retweeted a very damaging, transphobic tweet stating that Michelle Obama was a man in real life. There's a lot to unpack right now. I don't even know where to start. For you, there is, you can tell that either Salt and Pepper's team or In Vogue's team packed her ass right on up and said, oh no, you clearing this up right now in this hotel room before we go anywhere with your ass. And that's exactly what she did. And you can tell because she didn't have her words together. And she was thinking of a way as she was talking along in the video. But watching the video, her response to it, clearly damage control, you can tell this is a woman that doesn't know what she's doing. But you should know better. You know what I mean? As a woman that is in her 50s, still looks good. In her 50s, you should, all you do is tour. And TLC has a catalog where you make enough money that you can hire somebody. Like Dionne Warwick hires to do the tweeting for her. I don't know how y'all have been on Twitter and Blue Sky this long and not realize that's not Dionne Warwick actually tweeting. That is a younger person tweeting for her. Clocked that 2 seasons ago in the pandemic. So that's number one. Clearly, it's you doing it. because you can tell in her voice that she ain't got it together, and it's not at this juncture with people slip showing for their support for MAGA and conservatives is not all too surprising. A couple years ago, we unlocked and realized, the margin that is between conservatives, Republicans, and MAGAs, and people of color and black people that have ascended into rooms, into spaces of affluence, and trying their damnedest to do any and all things to stay as far away from the hood, not going back to the streets, not going back to the trap in Atlanta, not going back to what they once were, is diminishing and is damn near non-existent at this point, right? So it's not all too surprising that she is. Like when, and it's not even all too surprising, at our big age, that donating and giving money to certain folks, it's clear that you rock with them. You rock with them. But the part in her the part in her response that fried me was that she thought donations were going to veterans. Baby, we ain't March of Dimes. We ain't one of Jerry's kids. We don't get donations. We get a little bit of pay on the 1st and the 15th of every month, which is still fucked because whether it's 28 days in the month, 30 or 31 days, if there's a third Friday in a month, we're not getting paid on that day. 1st and the 15th of every month. Which means the money you get on the 15th as your pay, you ain't getting shit for almost 3 weeks. You gotta stretch that motherfucker. There's no such thing as donations to veterans. If anything, you have to, if you are a veteran and you are not in the military, well, clearly, you have to like fight tooth and nail. And when I say fight tooth and nail, you have to apply and file day one, and then it may take a year plus before any traction happens with your shit. No donations. Girl, what are you talking about? What huh? That's the part that fried me, and I realized, oh, there's not one bird in this group, there's two. And I already talked about what made Tion a bird. That Ruth Chris hat situation, talked about that. And two things can be true. You can be a bird and I still love your music. But when I say bird, it's like y'all are so disconnected from reality, but also expecting treatment that is above the rules of an establishment. And you don't make any kind of sense. And it sucks for me as a fan because it's like, we stuck behind you. We took your side in the Confessions era. We loved you. We felt bad for you, when Dallas was kind of running right through you, not once but twice. We stuck by you when Pebbles was doing her little media junket stuff in response to the movie. Like we love you. Like we really do. And we are amazed at how you've been able to keep yourself together 50 plus on this earth. But it is still very troubling to me as a black person in this country. We are about 10 or 15 years waist deep in realizing, maturing, and educating ourselves that each day society continues to tell us that they don't give a fuck about us. And the thing that has me definitely like bent over in cringe land is that y'all are just ignorant as to politics. Y'all seem to think that the Democrats are bullies and why anybody would even take what Nick Cannon is saying seriously. Like he still dresses like a fifth grader. Sir, you are in your 40s. But it's a very dangerous place to to be a celebrity, to have the access and the platform that you do, and be irresponsible with it. If it's okay to say, I don't know. It is perfectly fine to say, you know what? I don't know what the fuck is going on. We have never seen any of y'all down in Capitol Hill. We have never seen y'all in any senator's office. We have never seen y'all in an American government or politics class. I'm sticking to the theme that it is so funny that you need an education to get a job, but an education is not a requirement when it comes to politics and government and voting. I just don't understand at this juncture in life why more celebrities that look like me are part of the get on their knees and blow the conservatives and Republicans. Like, it's just crazy to me. And I know I get on here sometimes and I scratch my head as to how people can be so offended. A different demographic can be so offended by a person sharing a link that's a black basketball player and then get up on here and be just befuddled that a black woman, Rozonda, retweets that Michelle Obama is a man. Like y'all got us out here looking real bad. Y'all got us out here looking real bad. Michelle Obama, like, to continue to add to the furor about another black woman. And on some level, I'm glad that I know this. I'm glad that I'm aware. Um, it is just, it could not have happened at the worst possible time because this is definitely a tour for the ages. Just like that Queen's tour, once in a lifetime. For those of us that were not able to see y'all in y'all prime, now granted, I'm still holding out for the original lineup in Vogue to patch things up because time is not going backwards. And it is, to be fair, across the board, the three girl groups, um, it's not, time is not on most people's side as I look across. So it's like, if this is probably going to be the only time that you get to see them, I say do it. But it's just the worst possible time because this could be the tour to open up more opportunities and demand that there be another album from each one of the groups and there's renewed interest in other opportunities. But I just can't. Sometimes I don't know what's worse, the exposure of the damage or the statement, because I don't think it actually helped. I don't think it actually helped. It's clear to me that they still have members from their team that are probably from the neighborhood or from the same age group that is just as archaic and have outdated views and think, oh well, we can just send her right on in front of this camera to do this. It's okay to hire younger, intelligent, socially active folks, and then not whiny and feel like defined by oppression at all times. If Dionne Warwick can do it, so can y'all, because y'all are making new music, and we still stream the first four albums. We know we love the VH1 movie. We still go up for Left Eye. I mean, there are some people in the comment section that have their theories that had Left Eye was still alive, it wouldn't be surprising if she too was the premier Hotep. Very much kind of like tap dancing adjacent and going up. It's like, how do y'all reach these conclusions? Left Eye was a firebrand at best and saw out of the box at all times while having her voice diminish within the group and in the studio. Looking back, think about it. T-Boz did most of the lead vocals. And I don't play when it comes to T-Boz's voice. Not going to take any slander, not going to accept any of that bullshit. T-Boz did most of the lifting. You look forward to hearing T-Boz first on every song, right? Just about. Chilli did a couple of things, did a couple of leads, probably was the first or the second verse. But Left Eye just, to be the third member, she was treated like the third wheel. But I don't think she would have done all that just to end up like Chilli. I'm sure Left Eye is somewhere, like probably on her heels, coming to hunt the fuck out of Rozonda. Like, girl, after all the shit we've been through as a group, do you want me to burn this motherfucker? Do you want me to do to this tour what I did to that house? Like, what are you doing? Experiencing Left Eye in real time, she wasn't afraid to push back. She probably would have pulled T-Boz aside and said, girl, just take the hat off. And be quiet at the steakhouse. You're doing too much. She would have pulled Rozonda aside and be like, girl, why do you have a Twitter? And I mean, in the here and now, knowing what we know about Chilli and what she has been doing through social media and what she's been donating to, not knowing, I'm putting that in quotes, not knowing what the hell she's doing, I'm gonna give her a little bit of grace, probably like this much, a little bit. Knowing that she's dating one of the Lawrence brothers, I think that should have been the next conversation. Could it be possible that there's another layer that could point to them? Maybe not all three, but maybe I'm thinking Joey and Matt, maybe. Like, maybe that there's influence there. Wouldn't be too surprising. Um, you know, we've seen interracial celebrity couples over the years about resistance, where the white husband says some off-color things or does some off-color things that makes you think, should we tell y'all to run? Like, y'all didn't see Get Out? Should we be telling y'all to run? Like, blink if you are under duress. Blink if there's some kind of issues. Do we need to run up in there and save you from this white man? I, I mean, y'all stuck on these theories about Left Eye possibly being not too far behind Chilli, but I think I need to focus a little bit more attention to the living when it comes to the people that are around Chilli and the people that are around T-Boz, um, that that has caused them to have these slip ups. Like, we at y'all's age and as knee deep as y'all are into your legacy era, I would probably tighten up a little bit. I would not. I would definitely be like, we gotta look at the what's going on in the house. Who are these people around you that are not holding y'all accountable for the choices you make and not keeping you tight in the PR front? It is perfectly fine to have maybe one or two people that are your day ones, like by your side, but we can't do like new legal white people or new white PR people that are of the same age, probably have parents that were Reagan fans, probably were Bush Senior fans. Like, we can't afford that right now, because it's just not good. Like, we are more image conscious of a generation when it comes, because of social media, when it comes to, oh, this kind of thing is not good for income. It's not good on the heels of a major tour. And y'all have been putting a lot of energy into sitting down, doing the interviews, doing the rollout, the promotion for the tour. And we were excited last week. we were excited last week. We were very much excited last week because I almost took out the drawer of the ashtray in the Cadillac. No, I'm just kidding. I looked around. I was looking at my savings account and my retirement. Be like, I think I can swing $800 for a nosebleed section to catch two of my favorite groups. I mean, Salt and Pepper's cool. I mean, it's still, I'm still side eyeing the fuck out of Cheryl and Sandra for how they did Spin. And Spin, I know, girl. It this video is really about Chilli. I swear to God it is. But I just can't help but be like, Spin, you better keep your third eye on those other two. And I hope you don't have the same management and the same representation as the other two. Girl, don't be the Latoya and the Latalia of the group. I'm just saying. But this could be one for the ages. I mean, now granted, you got EV3, Maxine's back. She's actually my favorite member of the group. It's not the same without Dawn, but it I life is just too fucking short. It's like T-Boz and Chilli, to their credit, they've kept the name alive. And even with having to buy back the name letter by letter from Pebbles, with $1 million a letter, and still be able to keep touring, dancing with all the struggles and stuff. It I gotta give it to them. But I was not expecting in Left Eye's absence and passing that the two other members would be as problematic. Like, granted, burning down the house and putting the tape over the mouth and having a different identity associated with Death Row Records, to now here we have being a Burden Ruth Chris, supporting conservatives and MAGA and Trump, and donating money thinking it's going to veterans. This late in the game. Yeah, girl. There's a whole new generation of folks out here that are watching their friends die, watching their cousins die, watching people they went to school with die. Under two different eras of the same administration. They're watching funding being cut that affect things that they look forward to. Like TSA, the lines out the airport. They're telling people to show up 8 hours early. Like conveniences that we've taken for granted as far as airline travel. We can't even get it from point A to point B in 45 minutes. We're still at point A for 2 work days. All because of the choices we made or y'all made in this group project called voting. We can't we y'all got to be tighter about this. The new generation of fans that live and die by Apple Music and Spotify, they not playing with y'all. They're not playing with y'all. And there is, with each passing week, a greater number of us Gen Zers that don't see it for y'all either. As media trained and PR trained as y'all have been for years, and I'm talking to any music artist, any musical act that sit down and with Angie Martinez or whoever, and are asked questions about people they were associated with, just say next question, because this I don't that wasn't my experience. This person was a fine man to me. No, no. You saw the same shit that we saw. Next question. There is nothing fine about these people. Nothing fine about this group that you've donated to. Nothing great about where we are. Nothing great about it at all. And y'all, at y'all's big age, I there's no excuses really. I don't want to hex a tour. I don't want to hex the future for these groups. It this is yet another example. I can't even talk. I'm just because Rozonda, you should know better, girl. Could it be possible that maybe this should be it for group tours, like group package tours? You know, and it sucks for me to even say that because we got In Vogue, who, member drama aside, maybe, and maybe they had maybe one or two bad interview moments when discussing a former member. Other than that, they've been pretty tight. Not problematic, not speaking on politics. They probably never been asked. Like they keep it tight. They harmonize, they perform, they pack up, they go home. I already talked about Salt and Pepper, but it's clear that you can tell who needs it the most, and it's not the other two groups. It's at the same time, you know, while Salt and Pepper may need it the most because they haven't had a hit since I was in sixth grade. No shade. But on top of that, the way y'all did Spinderella, you probably won't get a lot of mileage from a lot of folks on that account. Um, and that's aside from the fact that most of the new kids don't know who the fuck y'all are. I think at the most, the new kids are coming to see TLC, but it's like, damn, Rozonda, girl. Um, and the Gen Zers are coming to see In Vogue. Granted, we ain't got Dawn, but I think the Gen Zers are most excited to see In Vogue. Um, yeah, it's a mixed bag across the board when you think about it. The lore behind every group that's on the bill, and it's going to suck the most with this new information or this revelation for TLC because out of the three, I think the audience was going to be most excited to see TLC. From, you know, when you think of Gen Zers and millennials. Good luck though. Good luck, kids. Good luck with the tour. It looks like it's going to be probably 2 months. And they're going to hit like key cities. Some of y'all going to have to probably travel and stand in them long ass TSA lines. But y'all better than me. I could have swore I heard a collective closing of wallets and purses across the country when this shit came out. And I don't think her statement helped her case, in my opinion. When it comes, before I get out here, I just want to wrap this up. When it comes to this trend of realizing more and more black black artists and black executives and black people in the music industry being exposed as conservative supporters and conservatives. not being surprising. It is not surprising, but still very disappointing. Because I don't know how you can look yourself in the mirror every day and see that you are a black man or a black woman, even if Jocelyn tells you that you're not even black for real, you're still black. If you're not as white or as adjacent white to this button down here below the recording button on my iPhone 17, you you are black. You are, for the rest of your natural life, going to be seen and treated differently. And I feel like the moment that a lot of them realize that, I think the more they can get to this, the sooner they can get to this awakening. This awakening that, yeah, maybe you should unpack what you think your privilege is, get educated a little bit more. Because at the end of the day, both sides, and maybe even independents and the Greens party or whatever, but primarily both sides ain't shit. It's just one side, and I think this is what is causing a lot of them to support those folks over there, is better at connecting with folks. And that's the name of the game. Fuck all the, this is what they think they want you to believe that they're going for when they're going to do, or what they're going to do when they get in office. It's connecting with folks. And yes, a lot of y'all fall for that shit every time. And I pray that this will be the last, like the next year or two, is the last time that we have this era of bullshit. I just pray that this will be the last of that. I missed the Foxy Fuse podcast. I was not intending to go as long as I did, but I ain't no fool. I ain't no sucker. Oh, Chilli, 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 Chilli. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Not you, girl. Not you, girl. Oh. I can only imagine that they are going to be viewing her as a liability, and she's going to get the side eye from everybody else on the tour. You retweeted that Michelle Obama was a man, and you actually thought veterans got done. That's the part that fried me. The other shit, you can't be serious, but that part fried me. Girl, veterans don't get donations. We still get MREs on deployments. And some of them MREs are absolute shit. I should have known. I should have known that you can't trust somebody that still has baby hairs in their 50s. I should have known. Sorry, my intrusive thoughts are starting to take the wheel. It's just not a good day. It's just not a good day. Um, you are possibly on the brink of one of the most successful tours at this stage in your career, and you done fucked up the thing. And I honestly feel like I took it easy. I took a little bit easy because it's not easy. It's not easy, y'all. It's not easy being a music fan and also being outside 40 plus years. It's like, oh girl, oh boy, not you. Not surprised, but still disappointed. The sympathizing, the sympathizing of conservatives and MAGA folks, the defenders of rapists and sexual assaulters and domestic abusers. Which is worse than going skiing across the table with your nose. It's y'all. I just don't get it. 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 At any rate, continue to support, follow, subscribe, show love to the RFU's podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. The YouTube channel, Usual Suspects Podcast, RFU's Podcast After Dark, if you dare. Get into season 7, get into season 3, and continue to support original Black content creation such as this. I'm Mr. Fox of the RFU's Podcast, Usual Suspects Podcast. It's been great. And pray that I make it to Monday without any bullshit. Or else, you will see my ass sooner. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. Don't hold me to that, though. I'll see you guys later.
Fendi, like the bag. This is the RFU